My Madness Society, it is your host with the most, Shadow Loke, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It's free. It don't cost a damn thing. You help my channel get into the algorithm. I would highly appreciate it if you guys go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? That's the only way YouTube will push me. Now, what I wanted to talk about was Chicano. What does it actually mean to be Chicano? Not who's Chicano, because that's an argument that you're never gonna win if people are just gonna say what they want to say. You know, one of the great sayings that I like, because with this one you can't argue with, is brown pride, right? Because, you know, whether you want to use Chicano, Hispanic, Latino, you know, Cali Max, whatever, all those different things that there is, you know, to call raza. And by raza, I really mean all brown people. You know what I mean? You know, Guatemalans, Hondurans, Salvadorians, you know, Nicaragua, you know, Chile, Peru, all of that. I mean, all the raza, all my brown people. You know, I consider that all raza, homie, because we're all viewed the same, you know, because we are. Even though our Spanish is different, you know, well, there's different words, right, entre, you know, the ethnicities, right? But más o menos we could understand each other with our Spanish, right? So we're all viewed the same, right? And you know, and I have, you know, put this to the test, you know, and people weren't able to tell, and people can't tell the difference between us, dog. You know, truth of the matter is they can't. You know, we're all just standing there. Yeah, once they start speaking, you could hear the accents, but I'm saying when they just look at us, they can't tell the difference. Nobody can tell the difference. You know, who's Guatemalan, who's Salvadorian. You can't. You know, and that's real talk. So, you know, that's why I view as la raza, you know what I mean? I view everybody because we're all put in the same boat. You know, we all understand each other's, you know, struggles and pain coming, you know, our familia coming from a different country, you know, over here. And, you know, we know the struggles and the battles, you know, that we must endure over here. Right? And then we're oddballs, right? Because we don't fit in with the American people, and we didn't fit in with our people, so we were just these misfits, right? Because, you know, we couldn't relate to neither side. These people were saying that we were not truly, you know, where we came from, and then these people were saying that we're not Americans. So we're just like, then where the fuck do we go? You know, and that's something that Mexicans, Salvadorians, Honduras, wherever the hell you're from, even if you're from Russia, Italy, I don't give a damn. That's all one thing that we can all relate to, right? Because they're saying that you're an illegal immigrant. You from Italy, you from Russia. Now, you ain't American. You may have my skin color, my boy, but you were not born in America. You were born somewhere else, motherfucker. You an immigrant. You know, you're not American. And then the guys from Italy, you know, you were not born over here. You're not, whatever. I can't do the accent. But I'm saying, you know, you were not born over here, so therefore, you are not truly Italian or Russian or Mexican or Salvadorian or whatever, because you weren't born in the motherland. So they view you as, you know, not really from the homeland. So you're just like, well, where the fuck do I go, man? And that's the problem that you know, the melting pot of America has had with minorities, right? Right, because we get bullied and shit like that for it. So it's understanding the pain and the struggle, right? Because I could throw a wrench into people's arguments, right? Because it's kind of like saying, well, they're not Mexican, and whoa, wooty, wow. Okay, what if a Mexican family adopted a black person, a black kid, right? From like the age of, let's say, I don't know, 6 months, 9 months, right? This Mexican family adopts a black, you know, kid, and now he's raised in the Mexican family and everything. Are you gonna tell me that guy's not Mexican? When that's all he has ever known his whole entire life? I mean, they travel to Mexico. I mean, he speaks fluent Spanish, because there is some homies like that that I'll probably get into in my other channel. I'll talk about the story and everything like that. But as an example, you know, so speaks fluent Spanish and woo-de-woo, but he's black. So they're going to tell me that he ain't raza, he ain't, you know, Chicano, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are ridiculous. It's understanding, if this is all you know, if you understand our struggle, our pain, if you want to call yourself Chicano, you're entitled to call yourself Chicano. No one can tell you different. You know what I mean? Because I know Ruben Salazar grabbed, you know, what Chicano meant and popularized it. But see, there's a flaw in Ruben Salazar's, view of Chicano, right? Because when he was doing the marches and establishing the Chicano movement and the rights for our people and stuff like that, what people fail to understand is that amongst all those Mexicans, you had Salvadorians that were in those rallies, you had Guatemalans, but see, the thing is that nobody could tell the difference, right? And I mean, it's a big ass group. You're not gonna just call each and every person to see where they're really from or whatever. So you have these people who understand the pain, the struggle, because they're friends and the neighborhood they grew up in. They understand everything, right? So they're out there, fighting the good fight, because they're being treated the same. So they understand what it is, right? So they're doing these marches with you and stuff like that. So people are looking at that, yeah, mi raza, mi Chicano, but there's a mixture of different ethnicities in the group. You know what I mean? Because the movement did start with a lot of, not only political people, students, gang members, for those who want to know about the Brown Berets, I have a video right here explaining all of that, there was a mix of different backgrounds, right? Different walks of life, right? Coming together because of our ethnicity. Right? So amongst all these different individuals, you had different people from different places. You have always had individuals from different places. Whenever you bring up Chicanos or barrios or gangbanging or even just the struggle and all of that in general, bro. Because not all those people were Mexicans, bro. You had them from different, parts. A lot of people didn't even know that most of their friends were Mexican until they found out later on. Like, damn, dog, I didn't even know the difference. You get what I'm saying? So these people, really didn't even know. So that already lets you know, that people can't really tell the difference between, who's raza and who's Chicano. At the end of the day, whoever wants to call themselves Chicano, to me, if they understand the struggle, if they know what it is, then probably they're entitled to call themselves whatever they want. If they want to say they're Latino, they're Latino. They want to say they're Hispanic, they're Hispanic. They want to say they're Mexican, they're Mexican. If they want to say, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, I don't care, bro. If that's how they want to call themselves, if that's how they want to refer to it, fine by me, bro. It's really not that big of a deal, bro. It's not that serious, homie. It really is not that serious. You're acting like you're the owner of the word, like you get to decide who's Chicano, who's Mexican, or who's La Raza. Oh, hold on, Your Majesty. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were the head spokesman and you had that ability. I'm sorry. It's not how it works. Because in the barrios, there's a lot of homies who are white, black, Salvadorian, in different parts, right? And they say that they're Chicano, they have brown pride Chicano and all that tattooed on them. No homie has ever told them a damn thing, bro. And you're not going to go and tell them that they're not raza and Chicano, bro. Facts. You're not going to do it, dog. You're not going to do it. You're not. And if you do tell them, I guarantee you're probably going to, it's going to get pretty rough. And let's just say you just happen to win the fight. The homie's still going to say he's Chicano raza, so you got nothing out of it. So, what's the point? And people can say, nah, well, that's like saying that if you're Mexican and you say you're Russian, you can't do that. Like, well, if that's what if he grew up amongst Russians and if that's how he feels and that's how he wants to see himself, then that's how he wants to see himself, bro. I'm not going to go and argue with the guy. Like I said, it ain't that serious, bro. It's not. Right? But that's overall laying down the foundation, right? But overall, what is a Chicano? Being Chicano is understanding the struggle, right? To me, it means understanding the pain, the struggle, understanding, your heritage, where you come from, understanding the roots of it, right? And not being ashamed of it, right? You're not ashamed to come from where you come from, right? Whether it be El Salvador, Mexican, whatever, right? And at the same time, not also being ashamed that you're in this country and want to insult America and stuff like that. This is a beautiful country. We have a lot of rights here. Our homes are here. The cities we grew up in, our barrios, because all of that, it was started here in America. It wasn't started in Mexico and stuff like that, right? So if people have a lot of love for their cities or their communities or their barrios, then you have love for America, bro. Whether you choose to, see it or not, bro. That doesn't mean that you're betraying your homeland or your roots and stuff like that. Nah, you got the both of both worlds, you know what I mean? The best of both worlds, and it's embracing that, I'm proud to be, American and Mexican, you know what I mean? And from my neighborhood. But what I was just aside, I'm proud to be, from having both, slices of life. Is understanding that, right? Understanding your rules, your cultura, not being ashamed of it, not wanting to distance yourself from it, and understanding the planks and the struggles and the obstacle courses that we have to, conquer, just to get by in this country. You know what I mean? That to me is what Chicano is, right? To me, it's not, a food or drinking beer and listening to oldies or wearing Ben Davis and Cortezes. That's the gangster Chicano version of it. You have the Chicano gangster version, and then you have the Chicano version. Because you don't have to be all Chicanos are not gang members and all gang members are not Chicanos. Hints if that's what they don't want to label themselves. So therefore, when people say that it's oldies and Ben Davis and all that, no, it's not. That has nothing to do with it, bro. You know, that's not what makes Chicanos, bro. It's not the music. It's not the clothing. It's not the lingo. It's the overall, understanding the emotions, the struggle, the cultura, the brotherhood. That's what it is. That's what Chicano is, at least in my opinion. Remember, these are just my opinions. You could have yours. That's perfectly fine. We could disagree. It's all cool, bro. If we see it differently, that's all gravy, homie. I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm not saying none of that, bro. I'm just saying that this is how I view it. You could view it your way too, carnal, and we could drink a beer together and that's all gravy. I don't understand why people get so upset and be talking all the smack, bro. When they disagree with somebody, it's like, hey, if that's how he wants to see it, that's how he wants to see it, bro. It's not affecting your life. Your salary's not gonna get cut in half. Your girl's not gonna leave you. You're not gonna your ears ain't gonna fall. Don't trip, bro. It ain't gonna affect you. But overall, that's just how I see it and what it means to be Chicano. That's just my opinion. I'm Shadow. We up.